Alright, hello everyone, it's Happy, and today we're going to be talking about the Kranvan, and this is of course a tier 10 Swedish heavy tank. Everyone knows about it, so not much introduction is needed. Of course, this tank was nerfed, and I feel like a lot of players stopped playing this tank. However, recently I did play this tank for a few days, and I felt like this tank changed a bit. Even though the stats didn't change, I feel like everyone more or less got used to this tank, and I really don't feel any negativity towards this tank. I feel like it's a very, very decent tank. The mobility is probably not the greatest, the armor is mediocre, but the gun is also decent enough to play with it. I wouldn't necessarily consider this tank bad or super duper underperforming. After the nerf, it felt like that because we were used to the old Kran, but now this tank is just pretty much normal. The gun has very decent gun handling. Its DPM is not the best, of course, but still you get an auto reloader, and you have 3 shells in the drum. I mean, it's not too bad. You can inflict some decent damage with it. The mobility is not the greatest, as I said, but because of the speed boost, you can at times travel pretty quickly when you want to, and the reverse is also fast with it. Now the armor on the turret is still very, very, very good with the gun depression as well, so putting those two together and utilizing them on ridges, etc., is still going to be very, very, very easy to do, because not many tanks can really penetrate the Kran frontally through the turret. Let's be honest. Well, the hull itself, of course, is still not the greatest. The upper part of the hull can block a shell here and there. The sides are not great, and the lower plate again is not great. But we already knew this. The biggest nerf that kind of hit this tank was more or less the turret traverse speed, and that kind of hit the tank at the end after the other nerfs. But I feel like this tank is just pretty decent nowadays. It's not a horrible tank. It's not an amazing tank. It's somewhere in the middle, even though it may be a little bit below average. The E5 is one of those tanks that I feel like is pretty decent nowadays. I feel like the gun handling on that tank has become very, very good, and I'm just used to this E5 now, because back in the day we all complained because, you know, we played the E5 for a few hundred battles, etc., and I feel like everyone got used to the old E5, and after the transition it becomes hard to judge a tank without comparing it to the old one. But nowadays I feel like I don't even remember how the old E5 or the old Kran plays, so these are just pretty much normal to me, and I don't have really any negative feelings towards them. So tell me what you guys think about these tanks in the comment section below, and with that, Happy is out, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.